Welcome back to the Divine Mind Podcast. Y'all know who I am, but in case you are a little brand new, my name is Nico, also known as SimpliPriceless on Instagram, and I am your host of this. I'm the host of the podcast. I said in the last one, eventually I feel like I'll have like maybe a prompt or like cue cards or something like that. I don't have that, and I think y'all just gonna keep getting what I give. So welcome back to therapy. Welcome back to therapy. You made it. This is episode 5. And yeah, we back with another. We're back. We're back. And yeah, I don't really be knowing where to start. I just kind of like sitting down and having like a conversation. It's kind of like having a conversation or whatever that I would have with a friend. So I hope y'all are doing well. Maybe if I just say it, it'll just get out my system. It still give me a little bit of Like I thought I'd be smooth, like no thought, no nothing. By the time I don't know, I got to episode 5, but at the same time, I mean, you can't really predict or expect how you're gonna feel, let alone how stuff is gonna go. So be back with another episode, and I'm still getting my bearings. Somebody told me that I needed. I ain't gonna say what she told me. I was gonna bring my mama into this, but that don't even matter. But we here, and excited really ain't the word. I think I'm just walking and seeing where things lead. And as much as I feel like I want to sit and like jumble out a bunch of, I don't know. Even now, I kind of want to stop it and start over, but that's okay because we're going to just keep rolling. So, episode 5, honestly, as I try to think of what I want to talk to y'all about, I always wonder first and foremost how everybody is doing. Seriously, like, how are you doing? And I'm gonna give like a pause for those listening to really like think about that. Quick pause, because it shouldn't have took you that long. I hope everybody is doing well. However, it's understandable if that's questionable, or if it's like you may not be necessarily, it might be And it's funny because days kind of fluctuate, because sometimes it seems like we have it all figured out and everything is smooth, and then bam, you anxious and you don't know why. So when I say I hope everybody is well and doing well, I really mean that. And it is, I'm sure, a large percentage of people that listen to podcasts and that listen to people and are inspired by people, but they rarely feel like they can connect with that people, especially since a lot of platforms, it's some platforms in the hundreds of thousands or millions, and you might feel like you can, you may feel as though you can connect with somebody or a podcast so much to speak. If I'm saying that right, like you might be attracted to what they have going on and you might resonate with it, but a lot of times people are not reachable. It's kind of a dart. I want it's not shade, but let me shut up. My point, um I don't know why I always feel so inclined to like hold these other podcasters accountable. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm gonna try to shy away from that, but nonetheless, I don't think that they're. How do I say this? I just feel like it needs to be more. People need to be more concerned with how others are doing, especially. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe what I'm trying to say is I want people to feel like they have a sense of community here, and I want I want to figure out what I want to say. But I'm gonna just go back to what I was saying before. I hope everybody is doing well, and I feel like, you know, more people need to be asked how they're doing. So more people need to be asked that question, and maybe it's not so much as a shade to other people, because I mean, if people feel triggered by what I'm saying, that's not on me. But I do feel like it's kind of like people are not reachable, and I'm not better than the next person or nothing. But with my platform, as for me and my house, I really am curious as to know how y'all are doing. Um, and because this is something I consider this therapy. I consider this, I consider it therapy because to me it's therapeutic to sit here and talk. Um, and it's therapeutic because somebody else needs somebody to talk to. Um, so yeah, I hope y'all are doing well, and I hope everybody is. I always say I hope y'all giving yourselves grace because it's real sticky right now. And honestly, with starting this, I think why I'm just figuring it out, and I think um, what the heck am I saying? Yeah, very much conversational, very much y'all gonna get what I give. And even when I get the huge setup or studio or whatever spot, this is what y'all gonna get. So with that, like I said, I hope everybody is doing well. And I hope y'all checking in on yourselves. I hope y'all checking in on your strong friends. If you are a strong friend, this is me checking in on you. And to my strong friends, not mine, but like, you know what I'm saying? Those of y'all, really give yourselves grace. I feel like givers really take on a lot. Um, yeah, so just I don't know, the strong friends just be going through it. And this is just kind of a message for somebody who I know needs it. Give yourself grace, especially if you carrying your responsibilities and other people's responsibilities. Um, so I hope y'all are well. I hope y'all families are doing good. It's a interesting time right now. Really for anybody. But I always tell people to remember the God you serve. And I think that's important because what you taking in is affecting what you take in, and what you saying is affecting your reality. And a lot of people are spending so much time listening to the wrong music or taking in excess information or wrong information or gossip information or shady information or negative information. It's all lower frequency stuff. So I encourage people, while asking y'all how you doing, take accountability and stock over what it is that is affecting how you doing. Cause I can ask all day, and people can ask you, but you have to be aware of how you feeling, and you also have to be mindful of, if it's not a positive feeling, what it is that is contributing to that is potentially contributing to how you may be feeling. So I'm also curious to know, what types of things do y'all want talked about? And I'm starting to I feel like I'm supposed to start with my church announcements, but I keep saying, yeah, I'm just, until I get comfortable, I ain't gonna say it's like, whatever. So what was I saying? Um, darn, darn. Okay, let me go back. I was hoping y'all was doing well. I checked in on my strong friends. I told y'all give yourselves some grace. I think I was talking about families and how I hope everybody's families are doing well. My heart is with anybody that's grieving a loss right now. That don't necessarily have a solid place to stay, or that is just dealing with something on top of the stress of the holidays. I'm sending out high frequencies and good vibrations because it's just really steep. And the reason I want this to be more so therapy than a pod, more so a show than just a platform. It's because I do want more people to. I don't know. I feel like we just hmm. It's not enough people getting checked on. It's not enough people getting checked on. It's a lot of people that are showing highlight reels and positive stuff, and then a lot of us are doing a lot of scrolling right now. So I would caution people to be mindful of what you're taking in and give yourselves grace. All of this, I feel like I say all the time, but I don't feel like enough of us are doing it. I don't even be doing it all the time. And I actually had somebody tell me a couple of days ago because I was frustrated about something. It's really like, I don't know. I was frustrated about something. And when I was frustrated, you find yourself when you mad, you get more mad and you get mad about being mad. And then, I don't know, I got to the point and I was talking to somebody and she was telling me, God don't get mad at us for being mad. And I guess my point in that, if God don't keep score, I feel like we need to give ourselves more grace in that regard. Because a lot of times, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, it's just so much tension. It's a lot of tension and a lot of people being super critical and a lot of people that are just dealing with stuff right now. So, I don't know, y'all. I kind of sat down just wanting to kick it. Bruce Lee. And like I said, I don't feel like it's enough people being checked on. And I don't know, I majored in psychology. I've taken a lot of classes, some more than once. And psychology for me, in the study of the brain and how people think and emotional intelligence, like all of that, I love talking about that because I feel like that's really something that's slept on, or a lot of words. Mental health is just not, some people don't even think mental health is a thing. They don't think that mental health is anything relative. They just think that maybe prayer will suffice or drugs will suffice. But I love psychology because it allows me to better understand how people think and understand myself. And because I understand psychology and I understand, I'm following on to know, but because I understand so much, and that's what my degree is in, I have such a different POV. And on here I do want to give, I don't want to just spout off information. I do want to come with facts. And like I said, maybe some studies. I have a ton of books. I have um what's my train of thought there? But yeah. So today, I don't know, y'all. It's been an interesting few days for me. Maybe I should start there. Cause I asked y'all how y'all doing. I'm doing pretty well. I'm be honest with y'all. I don't want to say I can't believe that I'm doing the podcast. And it's like early, so I don't want to. I'm gonna have to adjust the volume because I don't want my neighbors mad at me. And as early as it is, but my point, I don't know. I had an interesting kind of week. Um, but I'm learning how to slow down. I'm learning how to slow down. To be honest, I'm learning all the stuff y'all are. I'm learning as I'm talking. I'm learning as I'm talking. I'm being tested, and I think, I don't know. I'm just having to stretch myself, and I'm learning a lot about myself right now. I'm learning to listen more than I talk. I'm learning to be. I'm learning to be aware of the energy I bring into rooms. I'm learning how to take accountability. I'm learning how to be, I don't want to say the best version of myself. I don't even want to say a better version of myself. I just want to, I'm striving to improve, but naturally, you want to be better. Um, I don't know. I feel like, I feel like I'm just going to figure it out as I go. I feel like we spend a lot of time too feeling bad about our progress. Like people think I think people think progress is linear or like life is really just a straight line. It ain't nothing but a bunch of squiggles. It's a tree with an unlimited number of branches. And the funny thing is, it's like I'm learning about the compound effect or the butterfly effect where one thing is happening on one part of the universe, something else completely different is happening somewhere else. And it get deeper than that, I believe. But that's basically the premise. It's a movie called The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher. But to me, I just think about how much I compare myself or used to compare myself to people. I ain't gonna say used to because I'm still working on it. I ain't even finna cap y'all down. As much as I find myself comparing myself to people, I'm learning and working on not doing that. And I'm learning how, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm learning how toxic of a trait that is. Because people say comparison is the thief of joy. I feel like comparison is the root of a lot of evils. Ooh, that's a bar. I had to sit up. Did you catch it? Did you catch that? Yeah. Write it down. Because people say money is the root of all evil. That's Cappington. That's a lie. Somebody said if somebody say money is the root of all evil or money is bad, that mean they ain't got none. And I could not agree more because I cannot relate. I feel like money is a wonderful thing, but I feel like comparison is the real trick of the enemy. It's not money. Money is like air. You can breathe money in. Money is a literal frequency. And I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of comparison. It's a lot of, I get it though, because that's just kind of the vibe. That's the wave right now. Everybody jacking everybody else's everything. Everybody comparing themselves to everything. Everybody trying to compete. That's just, Western civilization. Whatever. Capitalistic, whatever, woo ha ha. But just society we live in right now and the time we in right now, I don't think it's ever been like we on a crazy bender. It's a crazy bender. It's a lot of like, and it's like, it ain't even just comparison. Y'all angry. Stop being so angry over what you don't have. And stop comparing yourself to people. Because sometimes comparison could lead to jealousy. And that's a sick trait to carry. It's actually kind of heavy. I think why I don't be knowing really where to kick it, where to start, is because I really just be want to get everything out. And I see so much different stuff on a weekly basis that I want to touch on. But yeah, it's just whatever jumps out is what I'm gonna give y'all. And I feel like that's a big issue though. So I'm not trying to knock nobody who I ain't knocking nobody. I ain't no reason to. However, I think comparison is a real problem. And I think comparison leads to a lot more problems. And then the thing about comparing yourself to other people is that if you think about manifestation and you think about visualization and you think about like I don't think people actively think about what they're taking in, kind of like calories. People don't really count them. They just eat. I think people watch TV, watch social media, listen to toxic music, listen and surround themselves to toxic people, and they try to manifest a life and a reality that is not, you don't live a life that's indicative or really showing or representative of like what you want. Like people, how do I say this? You spend a lot of time looking at people on the internet, you'll get to looking at your life and feeling like it's trash. And ironically, people pray years and years to get where they are, only to compare themselves to other people and just feel miserable. Or a lot of people are driven, I feel like, by this. I don't know. Sometimes, am I saying how I want to say it? Yeah, people are driven in a weird way, just I don't know, people just look at people too much. And if you look at yourself enough in the mirror, because some of y'all not doing that, some of y'all need therapy. Hey, hi, hello. But also, it's really not no point. It's easy to do it, but it's really, in my opinion, ain't no point in this comparison game. Because I think the only person playing is you. And what psychologists call it, I ain't gonna wait. That's another theory. It's like, no, that ain't what I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is, don't do that. And I think, like I said, that leads to jealousy. It leads to self judgment. It leads to you being hyper self critical. And it's just not healthy. And the reason I think that a lot of people are depressed right now is because they spend hours with your phone near you, with your phone listening to you, and you really taking in so much stuff is kind of dictating your reality. Like, you're kind of dictating your reality. You, how do I say this? You're dictating your own reality by focusing so intently on what you don't have, because you looking at what your favorite social media influencer has. People spend so much time comparing themselves to people. And that's the funniest thing in the world, because I thought about just recently, I found myself looking at something. And I remove myself. I unfollow people that I find myself looking at too much, or in a, like, you know what I mean? But if I find myself comparing myself to somebody, because you see so much aesthetically pleasing, stupid stuff, because it's a lot of it is stupid. But you see all of that, and you get to comparing yourself, and it's like you just send yourself into this loop. But I was thinking a couple of days ago, maybe not even a couple of days ago, if I was to compare myself to somebody and I was to really want what they have, and I really like was pressed, like I really want what they got, and I'm not realizing how pressed I am, but like you find yourself getting sad and emotional and looking at your own stuff like you ain't got nothing going on, even though you got 2 jobs and whatever. But I thought about the fact that if I was to compare myself to somebody, would I want their problems? Do you want their problems? I don't know if people really think about that part. And that's why with this, I'm not, ain't no aesthetic. There is no aesthetic. I feel like it's just, I don't want to compare myself to y'all because we're not the same. And I'm saying this to y'all, but it's also me to me, because when I say it, I gotta hear myself say it, and I gotta live it, because when you saying anything, you're gonna be tested on what you're saying. And I don't know. I just don't want to be. I just want to be. I just want to be. I just I just want to be. I just want to relax. This kick out to a day bed. I just want to kick back. I just want to relax. And I think the reason it's a sick time right now, I don't even think depression would be so bad if everybody couldn't see everybody's real or fake money. Cause that's really the tea. That's the truth, Ruth. Cause think when we had AOL dial up, MySpace top 8. I ain't know how much people made. I didn't even care. I was at the mall on Saturdays. I was at the mall trying to spend my $20. And I feel like we've gotten away from that. Oh, what a time to have been alive. Oh, y'all, I just feel like, oh, it's crazy to think I'm 35. I feel like I shouldn't have said that on the internet. But I'm going to live on the edge because I can't take it back. And y'all, whatever. I say 35. Maybe this clip, whatever. But it's so funny to be 30 something. Because when I get here, when I get here? When did any of us get here? Like, I don't know. Like the world's so busy, and I be forgetting or really thinking sometimes, like, wow, I'm a whole grown up. But yeah, my point. It used to be really simple though. Like it was never. I don't know. I was competing with girls on the track team. I like back then. I know we have advances and advancements and all that, but it's crazy how advanced we are and disconnected, or so like we look so happy, but people are not surviving, and that's a politically correct and astute way of saying that. Because on this road to 1 million plus subscribers, I really want to be politically correct and conscientious and all of that. But some stuff just be pissing me off. And sometimes I feel like people be missing a plot and people just be making stuff hard. And then you make stuff hard for other people. You be mad about your life. You bitter. You angry. Comparing yourself to other people, that's what knock you off your square. That's when your blessings get snatched. You torching your own blessings by comparing yourself to them people. And the reason I say that is because it's not like you could look, but the reason why comparison is so criminal is because you can't look at something too long and not want it. Or if you're looking at it because you want it and you don't have it, you get to lusting after it. And then that leads to you having animosity and bitterness. And then you get to taking that out on somebody who got something you don't, or somebody don't even know you. As I say, tighten that up, because you can't be mad at somebody for working for what they had. You can't be mad at somebody. You can't be mad at somebody for working for what they worked for when you didn't work for what they worked for. You can't be mad at somebody when they're in the gym shooting threes. You can't be mad at somebody when they're practicing and praying and interceding, and God is catching their tears in a vial, and you bitter. You bitter. Cause I'm coming in love, but it's a lot of y'all that's not being told the truth. You can't just manifest because you clicking your heels. This is not the Yellow Brick Road. This is not a movie scene. You're actually the casting director, the executive producer, the quality control. You are you make your life up. You control your life in a way. You control parts of it. You control what you can't control. But it get real, stop trying to control every outcome, but stop trying to stop committing witchcraft. Like, and when I say that, like you wishing and longing and like wishing bad against people, like I don't know, like maybe it's just like this negative. I don't think, maybe is that the word I'm trying to use? God know my heart. And if that ain't the word, whatever. But my point, stop doing that. And I'm saying this as a sister, as a friend, as a therapist, as a confidant, as somebody as a mirror. And also, it's just not healthy. Why are you comparing yourself to that person? Why are you even looking at them? If you find yourself comparing yourself to somebody, stop looking at them. Remove yourself. Remove yourself from that environment. And I'm not saying it doesn't make you a weak person, but I mean, no. I just feel like, yeah, just that's what works for me. I ain't gonna tell y'all what to do. You ain't gotta listen to me. You ain't even gotta watch me. You ain't even gotta watch. You don't even have to. But I don't know, somebody said if you don't change the cycle, you're gonna wake up tomorrow and you're gonna be in the same one. I'm paraphrasing what Shorty said. But in essence, yeah. And when it comes to this mental health stuff and perception and all of that. And like, I don't know, just be aware of your mental habits. Be aware of how you looking at people. Cause you could look at people and be happy for them. And you can like, you know what I'm saying? You can bond with them. But it's this weird, it get real weird when you get to, it ain't just weird for them. It's weird for you first and foremost. Cause it's your mental health. And you the one doing the single, you the one doing the game. You playing ping pong in your head. But it's just, it's not healthy. It's really an issue, and it gets in the way of being able to fully manifest. And manifest is such a funny word, and I don't even like using it because it's become such a buzzword. Y'all say everything and don't be knowing what it means. So I don't even like saying certain stuff because it's like it just get watered down and it make it hard for people like me with a degree. But yeah, when you talk about manifestation and you talk about visualizing, well, to manifest anything, you have to believe in it. You have to have a level of like unshakable faith, unwavering. You got to believe it. You got to feel it. You really just you got to put yourself on the frequency. I talked about this in an episode before when Kobe Bryant when he went from Laura Marion High School, when he went from Italy to Laura Marion High School, coming back to the United States, to making it to the NBA, to going from the NBA, not going from, but from where he started at 19 and making it through all that he did, he talked about how it's this frequency that you could tap into when you're doing something great, when you're doing anything. And a lot of people are not tapped into the frequency because they are operating at such a low vibrational plane. I wish I would get up and get my singing bowls right now, but I say that for another time. Frequencies, I play frequencies, but frequencies, we are all frequencies. We are all just energy. It's funny, like you can see yourself, but you can't see your face. You can look at yourself, but it's all just, you know what I'm saying? And when people think about visualization or manifestation, they just look at it like kind of how people look at prayer. Just what they trying to get. They just want to see what they can get, what they can gain, what is advantageous, for them. And with manifestation, you can't get nothing in your hand that you are not first vibrationally. It's like wanting a man and saying that all men are trash. It's like thinking that all women are whores when you claim to want a good woman. You have to really like believe in what you're saying and not waver, but you can't be looking at others and being jealous because that's low vibrational thinking. Those are low frequencies. And you of the frequencies of the chakras. So like I was saying, like I'm gonna keep saying, hope everybody is doing well. Just be aware of, like I said, just be aware of comparing yourself to others. Because on the other side of, it not being healthy, it doesn't help you to compare yourself to others. Because when we think about manifestation and visualization and bringing things to life, if all your attention is focused on the internet, and if your attention is always focused on this person's wellness page, this person's podcast, this person's singing career, that person's family, like your brain is always going to look for ways to confirm what you are speaking and what you are believing. And it's so unfortunate that people are so focused on other people's journeys because you have your own uniqueness, your own divinity. And I think until people realize that, it's always going to be a battle internally with people in terms of happiness And it's like a balance you gotta find, because I mean we in a digital age. So it's impossible to avoid, you know, everybody else's life and what everybody, you know what I'm saying? But it is up to you. You can't necessarily not, it may be present, but you don't have to look or focus so intently on everybody else's everything. And it's wild to me. It's wild to me because I meet so many different types of people, and I see through like a different set of lenses, because sometimes it's like I can know people and see how they portray themselves in real life and how they show up on the internet, or people that's like fake happy but really bitter and jealous, and a lot of people just doing stuff for attention. But the comparison thing in and of itself, I mean, it's why a lot of people are so they doubt, people doubt themselves. And I was saying about manifestation and visualization, like if you spend so much time, I think comparing, hold on one second. One sec. Okay. So if the majority of your time goes into, like, it's crazy because we got screen time. We have screen time. We have screen time and nobody really pays attention to it. But when you think about manifesting and visualizing stuff, visualization is just having like a clear picture. It's like a mental movie. It's just having a real clear picture in your head, with your eyes closed usually, of what you want. And it's when you push yourself into the feeling space or the frequency, like I was talking about Kobe did before he went into games. He always was able to tap into like this frequency, and he was able to feel everything that was going on and sit and just like, I don't know how to really describe it. It's like you feel it. It's in your mind. You see it in your mind, and you put the feeling that you would feel if it were true. And visualizing is literally what it is. It's just like the visual representation that you keep rehearsing. Manifestation is a result or a byproduct of visualization. But the thing about manifestation is you have to have your energy on what you want. If it's on what you don't want, you're gonna manifest regardless. It's like people are so they try to get to a place in such a hurry, but at the same time, people are so focused on other people's stuff, or they in a hurry, or they just are not focused on what they want. They focused on somebody else's stuff. So if all your focus and attention is going to looking at somebody else or constantly reading other people, like, it's like if you're trying to focus on what you want, but you're looking at somebody else and you get to comparing yourself and you get angry, you are having these types of emotions that are not positive, it's only taken away from, I mean, ultimately it's taken away from you. All right. So I think I have some talking points, more talking points. I want to see, I would ask what people want as far as like how long y'all, how what do people want as far as like length, duration of episodes. I think I'm gonna figure it out as I go. But um, what was I about to say? I be having talking points and things I kind of want to add, but again, it's a safe space and a free conversation. And therapy, y'all don't have to pay for. Um, but what was I saying? So really, I was asking y'all how y'all was doing. That's what I started, but I got all types of, I don't want to say derailed, but I just kind of went into a spiel with that. In a way, I kind of want to talk about, I want to continue down this like conversation of manifestation. And it ain't even about no more for me. I don't, cause what it is people talk and want so badly these things, but like people don't know how to like, bro. It's just like you gonna get what you focus your attention on. It's like you don't get what you want, you get what you feel. So with visualizing and manifesting again, it's like if your energy is going into looking at them being upset about what you don't have, and that may not even be something people realize, but really, like you could have secret anger and animosity because you have subconsciously convinced yourself, or you are focusing on what you lacking because you are looking and longing after somebody else's something. And it's just it's time out for that. It really is. And if I can't tell y'all, like, man, people spend so much time. You waste so much of your life. I realized even about my dang on self. It's like at a point I started to kind of gather or realize like I'm low key living life a little wrong. Or I could be making decisions a little differently, fully based on what I want, not what man, I just be going off into whatever. I be going off into whatever. Um, I think I made that point though. If you think about the people who you look up to, people you are inspired by, do you think what do you think it is about them that is inspiring? Like what is it about them that is attractive? Because one thing I think, like if you think about somebody that inspires you, a musician, an actor, how much time do you think they spend comparing themselves to other people? Like really? Because what we love about people is individuality, like their ability to be expressive, how they talk, how they walk. You know what I mean? So I think for me, I don't know. That's just I'm at the point too. I'm kind of tired of the internet. I'm tired. I kind of just wanted to black out. Like I would just want like we had a blackout in like '08. I just kind of don't want no internet. I want to be able to use my phone. But it was a time too. Instagram had like crashed and everybody was like, ah. Everybody was losing their minds. Content creators everywhere. Just going berserk. And the crazy part is, I don't know if it, I don't know. It just seemed like I'm kind of just tired of the internet. I'm tired of everything. Just tired. Because it's crazy because it's just like, it's not healthy. It ain't enough healthy habits being practiced. It ain't enough healthy podcasts out here. And I know it to be true because I started this one because I felt like what I have to offer it does not exist. That's why I said everybody has their own divinity. And that's why you can't be jealous of nobody or look at somebody else, look at them with longing and feel like, bro, it's like letting the devil trick you out your spot or psychologically tricking yourself out your spot. And, like I said, I ain't the Bible thumper, but I do think if there is an enemy, it would be ideal for him to get your mind and keep your focus off of what God might have for you or what you might really desire. And that's why I said I'm kind of just the social media bit. It ain't no limits, ain't no boundaries. You got to create them though. Like people, you got to create boundaries. I talked about that in the last episode. My therapist asked me, "Do you have a problem setting boundaries?" No, I don't. But I don't know. I say set boundaries kind of because I don't know if it's boundaries or guardrails. or maybe it's just being aware. Because I don't know, to say boundaries, guys, it's more so just don't take in so much, or just be cognizant of what you're taking in. But even if you are taking that stuff, I caution people to really like think about the fact, what if they going through some trash? What if they going like I don't want to do the comparison crap no more, and I've been praying about it. And I'm very transparent. I say you can't shame me for nothing because you can't. Because if you try to shame me, I'm going to tell you in fuller detail what the truth is. And I say I'm working on this stuff too because I feel like people be sitting here giving all this woo-woo advice when really they not living it, and they not really telling you how to do it, and they not showing you that they really going through it, or they not really, it's fake. It's Cappington. It ain't sincere. And that's why you can't look at nobody, because people really be. Let me give you an example. Y'all watch SpongeBob? You remember the episode where that they took over the Krusty Krab, and that owner, they was under new management because Mr. Krabs had sold the Krusty Krab or whatever. He sold SpongeBob and Squidward because they was working there, and they was trying to basically like capitalize off the Krusty Krab, right? So they move in Squidward and SpongeBob. Of course, SpongeBob's so funny. Squidward, he really don't care. He just vibe out. He's vibe out. He chime in when he need to. He don't really say too much. But SpongeBob is very animated. Kind of a nice blend between the two. I digress. But in the episode, right? So the episode go on, SpongeBob stressed. It ain't the episode with Pearl where she end up like making salads and taking over the Krusty Krab for her daddy. It wasn't that. It was the one where, again, Boss Mans came in with the bodyguards and Mr. Krabs left, sold the Krusty Krab, blah, blah, blah. But freaking SpongeBob and Squidward still working there, and SpongeBob being the knee-high private eye and being the man's, he was able to find out that the Krusty Krab went from selling Krabby Patties to making mass consumer. They look like Krabby Patties, but when you bit into them, they was trash. It was like chitlins on the inside. They was trash. It was like, it's like he had people, he went around and was like showing people what they was eating. And it appeared to be a burger, but it was garbage. Look, a funny analogy for what I think go on with people all the time. Let me cook. If you looking at somebody else's stuff, chances are it might look good. It might look like a pretty patty. It might look like a Krabby Patty with extra cheese and secret sauce. However, the problems that come with it, the stuff on the inside, I'm spitting fuego. Hot fire. She spits hot fire like Dylan, okay? Stop comparing yourselves to the people because you don't know what they got. You don't know what their houses look like. You just don't know. You just don't know. Because why I go into that? Why I get that example? I love SpongeBob though. I'm not gonna lie. Boondocks, SpongeBob. It's like, well, who cares about a stupid star? Seems like you care a lot about a stupid star, considering you are one. I'll see you after class. It is after class. Y'all probably not hip. You wasn't there. That's like SpongeBob seasons 1 through 6. That's another thing. I ain't even mean to get here, but while y'all here listening, stop caring about what them people think. Y'all need to laugh louder. Like belly laugh. Y'all need to laugh more. You need to stop being afraid to look silly. Silly. Like, think Tyler the Creator. He don't care about what he look like. He just be hitting pelvic thrusting. Take Zach Fox. Say anything. Take grits and eggs. Say anything. It don't matter how you look. And that be the thing. Get it in your brain that the only person that's in your brain is you. And you the only person that's there, and you the one that's playing double dutch in your mind, caring about what they think, scared to laugh, scared to joke, scared to look awkward, scared for somebody to see the real you. Listen, you can't live like that, beloved. And you shouldn't want to, because that's wiggity wiggity whack. It's whack. It's wiggity whackington. Because let's be serious. Let's be serious for 2 seconds. Would you really trade lives with somebody? Like, really? Like, the person that you're looking at right now, would you take, like, the things you love about your life and the things you think you love about their life and swap them out? And a lot of people don't realize that's not just monetary, aesthetic, tangible. That's your family. That's your livelihood, your health, your brain, like everything. Like, if you really just, I don't know, I feel like if people really stop comparing themselves, and I can't get off this right now. Your belief system. What do you believe about yourself? Like, what is it? Quickly. Do you believe in yourself? Okay. Well, if you do, clap, clap, bravo. If you don't, then part of it could be because you're looking at others. Part of it could be because you need to talk to yourself and reinforce affirmations. Part of it could be some of y'all just need to learn that. And, don't judge yourself for not knowing. Because if anything I'm saying is hitting, I promise you I had to learn it from somewhere. Some set of experiences had to come along to teach me what I'm telling y'all. And it ain't like this me wanting to say something but stopping. Because I feel like, I don't know, man. I be want to chime in and give little personal anecdotes. But I also want to keep that to a limit because these clips going to live on forever. Just like these looks. Can't take them back. However, I'm going to just say, I'm working on it too. I'm going to say this too. It's always going to be somebody stupid that ain't going to believe you. They ain't going to really respect your growth. They ain't going to believe you. They ain't going to buy into it. They would rather judge you and kiki cackle and gaggle about an emotion you had or an experience you had rather than remembering what they did or seeing your growth. And I mean for real. Because I'm for sure talking about myself. But I'm for sure speaking for everybody else. Like, I know I ain't the only person who's been through that. And that's just funny to me because judging somebody off what they've been through when either you went through something similar or you was there for them at one point and y'all have a falling out, I don't know, man. Like, everybody just got to tighten up a little bit. Stop judging folks. Stop comparing yourself to folks. Stop hating on folks. Believe in yourself. People ain't doing enough of that too. Like, it ain't even about always like the comparison thing. Sometimes people just don't know how to talk to themselves. And, if you ain't used to hearing positive words or you let anybody talk to you any type of way, or if you just had a certain, normal, just tweak, just work on it. Cause I want to hold people accountable, but everybody doesn't always know what to do. And until you can't change. But the first step is acceptance. Like, so it's okay if you're figuring it out, because we all are. But I'm just speaking from the place of somebody that honestly cares enough to be transparent enough to hopefully saying something that people not only can resonate with, but that they can learn from and maybe either pivot in the process of making a certain decision right now or stop before they make one. I just want everybody to win. I don't even know if I'm being all the way honest with y'all. I pray all the time. Only thing that makes me feel 100%. I don't say the only thing, but like I feel the most alive when I'm just being myself. But at the same time, as much as I'm happy, I guess, being myself and seeing like what's happening, I don't really know what God gonna do next. I just be having so much to say. I don't know what God gonna do next, but I really want everybody to win. And I want to win myself. So, you know, we just gonna see where stuff goes. Cause I said that to say, like, I don't know, what God gonna do with this podcast. I don't even know what to say next. But God got plans. And I'm saying all of this about comparison and everything else because it took for me to stop letting people tell me what I could or couldn't do. It took for me to stop comparing myself to y'all. And that ain't no diss at all. Cause I mean, it's just not a diss. I ain't as, but like, yeah, I think once I stopped doing that and once I started to really, man, once you start praying, once life started dragging you by the tush, once people leave and you really got to figure stuff out, like you have to put your attention on yourself. You have to go internal. And I think when people really, it's like it's like change your glasses. It's like seeing through some bifocals. It's like seeing through a 2.75 when you are 1.72. Or no, did I say that right? Am I saying it right? Am I saying it right? It's like I'm thinking about like the readings of like those like eyeglasses that you see in Rite Aid or something that have like they readers and you have 1.25, 2.0, 2.1, 3.75. Like you might have some glasses on that you can't see through, or you might have glasses on that are for you, but it's a bunch of stuff in them, or you got a bunch of stuff in your way that's obstructing your view or obstructing your vision. But always man, listen, you ain't never gonna feel good about yourself looking at them people. You ain't never gonna be happy looking at them because you always gonna be looking at yourself and wondering, what am I doing that's not good enough for me to have that? Why can't I get that? Because it be what it is. Why you think you look at your phone 8 hours a day and you sleep 10 hours a day? Like, that be the problem. That really is an issue. And I'm not saying it like it ain't, like it's just you. Because there's a lot of people that's listening to me right now. But it's a lot of people at the same time that's judging themselves because they figuring out the same stuff as me right now. All I'm saying, and I feel like I'm saying a lot at once, is just work on yourself. Work on yourself. Work on your dreams. Work on your divinity. Work on how you think. Work on your emotional intelligence. Work on how you show up and walk into rooms. Be cognizant of how you treat people. Like, people think manifestation is just getting money. People think it's just getting, get money. Like, it's way more than money and sex out here. Because both of those are fair weather. And they're like air. Everywhere. You can get it anywhere, everywhere, all the time. But the thing about it is people are just your vision ain't clear. And if, again, it's like you have so much stored potential energy that could be made kinetic. But people sit in their rooms. They sit in their rooms. They sit on their phones. They sit on the phone. They sit watching TV. And it be the music too. Because if all your music is saying that all women are trash and you only got your bros and you hit them and leave and you get money and is a trick or a trick on people, or you listen to stuff that's talking about just popping. And I was going to say something else, but I can't say it because I can't say that. But if you listen to some music that's demeaning or it's tearing away or it's just not, you know when some music is low frequency. You know when it's low vibration. Because if you listening to some stuff, how you driving, like you doing a dash. Some stuff, how you driving angry. Some stuff you listen to be crying while you driving. Good or bad tears. Or sad, happy or sad tears. But yeah, just I would say go more internal this year. And I'm saying this too because I feel like it's coming up on the end of the year. It is always funny to see how everybody set these New Year's resolutions. And like it be this upheaval. It's like we go through the same cycle every 12 months all the time. I know that makes sense. I know everything is a cycle. But like people ain't learning from nothing. Y'all still gonna Black Friday shop. Y'all still gonna do all of the same stuff. And it's just funny to me because like, dang, I swear I'm not judging, but like, man, you can't want a new life and have the same habits, babe. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because there's some dummies in the back. And you can't have a new mindset. You can't have a positive life if you judgmental. I don't know. I kind of just be wanting to tell y'all all the stuff I don't like. But for real. And all of this stuff is really about you. It's not so that you don't get into fights. It's not so that it's really about you. Hold on a second, y'all. Pause the phone. Till I get me, I don't even mind it. One of my homies was saying on the 4th episode of his podcast, D.I.T. Carl, Chrissy X podcast, Big Ice Cup. It was saying how you really, really just have to get your reps in. You gotta get your reps in. You gotta just show up. And I'm doing a bang up job right now because who you know showing up in a masquerade dress on a sofa giving out therapy and tips to live better? You don't. Oprah not even coming like this. Mel Robbins, no way. And I'm gonna make y'all laugh like that. What Cardi say? It's like I got that from your gut. Yeah. If nobody else, I make me laugh. But all that heavy stuff. How y'all doing holiday season? It's okay if you're not doing the bestest, because I know for sure that everybody is on some level having some type of struggle. So let that give you a little bit of, because I think people be thinking that, oh, it's just me going through hell. I'm in hell by myself. Nah, baby. No. Because you'd be surprised what people deal with. In regards to, you know what I'm saying? Be aware of that too. You know what people are going through. Be aware. Please be aware of that. But yeah, my heart is with anybody right now. And I don't know, I'm just praying for everybody's peace. Praying for everybody's peace of mind. But sometimes you don't need nobody to pray for you. Sometimes you need to pick yourself up by the bottom. Pick yourself up and like put your energy into you. Because when I talk about potential and stored in potential energy and like kinetic energy, one is stationary, one is in motion. And it's crazy because it's designed that way. People want your energy, your money, your body, and your attention. And somebody said that Netflix considers their biggest competitor sleep. So I know Netflix probably, shout out to Netflix. Shout out to y'all. May y'all feature me one day. May I get a feature. Put me on Tubi. I don't even care. Hey, put me on Tubi. Forget it. Cause I like Ray Allen said, anything's possible. I can get a brick. Listen, but I hope y'all doing good. What the heck am I talking about? Okay, I don't even know where I'm at. I hope y'all good though. I'm happy. That's where I'm at. Thanksgiving is this week. Holiday season is here. I hope that for the holidays, everybody gives themselves the gift of being grateful. Another bar. Another set of flames. Get the extinguisher because I'm on fire. For real. Did you catch that? Did you catch it? Yeah. Just I don't know. I just want better for folks. I feel like I be saying the same thing on thing. Maybe I'm not though. Cause people starting to ask me if they could sit down and talk to me. Y'all starting to inquire. And I'm only on episode 5. So I must be doing something. I must be doing something around this book. I hope everybody's in all seriousness though. I guess another thing I could add is I be trying to figure out how to put stuff into words. Man, love on your loved ones more. Maybe this is just one of the holiday episodes. Love on your people more. I actually really think people don't think about how they talk to people. Like how you talk to your mama. How you think about how you are thinking about your relate. Like people think about how mad they are at somebody or how much they don't like somebody when you could be perceiving something wrong. You could be judging somebody based on something old, or you could be judging somebody based on your perception when your perception might be wrong. Like, transparency moment. Transparency moment. I'm getting good at this. I don't care what you think. I'm getting good at this. I'm skating backwards. Get real groovy around here. But what was I about to say? I didn't got sidetracked because I got excited. I was talking about. I know y'all probably watching this laughing because I lost my whole train of thought there. Darn it! It'll come back. God, what was it? What was it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say what's on my mind, and right now, I lost the thought I had. Um, Dang, it was good too. It's all right. Yeah. So I think I was saying love on your people more, and how you can have animosity towards somebody and be just angry off something that you didn't address or that you really didn't have a place or room to be mad about. Or that's what I was finna say. I was finna be transparent. And that's why I said I'm getting comfortable and it's getting spicy. Cause I feel like I'm offering something that I'm offering myself. And I just feel like people are not as authentic as I am. People are so proper and prissy. I'm just a girl. No, I don't say that. But my point, I always believe in being transparent. And I had a realization not long ago. I was mad at somebody. Like furious. Furious. Like angry. Just like it's like on the Cosby Show, Claire and Cliff found out that Denise had got married, and Claire and Cliff went into the kitchen, and Claire was like, "How could she be so stupid? I just want to grab that child by the shoulders and shake her." Yeah, I don't know. That's how I be want to grab y'all. But that's how angry I was. I was just mad. Like I was just furious. And I felt like this particular person just was not being a good person. And I found myself just pissed. Just like that's why when this lady told me a couple of days ago, she was like, God don't be mad at us for being angry. And I really had to let that sit. Because we was talking and she said that. And I was just like, dang, paradigm shifter. But I was furious. And then something happened to where the person did something that altered my perspective. And they like showed something that they displayed something like a good moral character. Like, and it made me have to think instead of always downplaying this person, not just recognizing what they do, but like maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Or maybe I'm mad at something that I don't fully understand or could have talked about. Or you could just live like real deal childhood trauma, friend trauma, attachment styles. We all juggle a lot. But the thing about it, it's like you gotta it's like once you know, once you know, you know. Once you know better, you can literally do better. Thing is though, you gotta learn. And I had to learn in regards to this one particular person, like I learned it's just I don't want to go all off deep in, but in a way, I was mad at somebody for something I feel like should have done differently, and we ended up having, I guess, a conversation. And after the conversation and the dust settled, I always think, I always I'm a thinker. I always think about everything. I don't say everything in detail, but like I try to think about myself, not in a vain sense, but in a sense of like, okay, what is my POV? Like, how am I perceiving this situation? How am I engaging in this conversation? Like, where is my mind? And I realized that I went from being extremely angry, hostile, willing to verbally accost someone. And after the dust settled and they end up proving me wrong, unbeknownst to them, it was just something like battle within myself. So we wasn't having a conversation, but I was pissed off about something. And I had to just really sit with myself after first being pissed off, then realizing this person is actually straight. And then I had to go back and check myself because I got all bent out of shape and and pissy for no reason because I was mad at somebody when the reality is me claiming this person don't care about me, this person, this, that, and the third. You also gotta stop assuming the worst in people, and that's why you gotta stop assuming the worst in folks. A lot of times I say y'all, I don't know who I'm talking to, but me sitting here saying it is why I say I can't be shamed. Cause I mean, what am I saying that people ain't been through? Or obviously, if I'm speaking to someone, I know what I'm talking about. Um, but my point, just make sure, just everybody need to kind of pump their brakes mentally sometimes, cause people really be jumping off Mount Fiji, just ready to kill everybody, including themselves. Like you could be mad at somebody really and just need to like have a conversation, or you could be holding on to something. And I think I said something about trauma. Like people talk about shadow work, people talk about trauma, people talk about all these things, but they don't work on none of it. I hope the concealer is blended in, but I want to take off my glasses when I say that. I need y'all to just tighten up. I just need y'all to tighten up. Let me put it back on because I can't see. Oh, sometimes not looking at y'all, I be just kind of in thought. And somebody told me I need to work on that. Somebody really important to me told me I need to work on that. And I am going to work on that. But sometimes I just be thinking. And like I said, it's however long ago I started this episode, I'm still figuring this out for real. But how I talk to y'all is how I would talk to my mama. I might cuss at y'all though. And I don't want to cuss on here because I know she listening. But how I'm talking right now is how I feel like people don't be talking. Like y'all, people don't really have true introspective conversations or have stimulating conversations. Or people just be blowing air. But for me, I don't know, y'all. I feel like I hope I'm on the right path as far as what I'm saying. But right now, we showing up. And let that be another lesson for today. Just show up. Just show up. They say faith without works is dead. They also say that the belief in faith and the belief in fear is both the belief in things you can't see. So imagine potential energy, like stored energy, and then wasting it, putting it in motion towards, you putting your energy into something you don't want. What am I saying? I feel like I just be having so much on my mind that I be trying to, so much information to share. And it's like, oh, that's what I was saying. How I'm talking to y'all, how I'm talking right now is how I would talk to a friend. That's why I call it this, like, the big comfy couch people won't go to, because that's what I wanted to feel like. Not just some person with a microphone talking. But I asked y'all in the beginning how y'all was, because I really do care. And I don't want to just be a podcaster that just gets up and talks about current events or just talks to hear they self talk. I hope y'all are doing well, and I want to add to that. And I think if people start to do well, they'll start to change their realities. They'll start to change their emotions and how they interact with people. But yeah, I think I was saying at one point, loving young people more. I don't think we are as grateful as we should be for the people we love. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think we express enough gratitude, period. And that's why comparison thing is so stupid to me. And we could talk, it ain't like don't nobody do it or like everybody don't do it, but it's like, it's to the point now where I'm kind of like, what are we all doing? Even for me, I've been going to the gym for so long. So long. So long. I've been working out for so long that recently, I don't even want to say recently because I can't tell you, it's been such a fluctuating thing for me in figuring out what I want a routine to be and what I want to eat like. Like I done been through I done been so many places with fitness and meal preps and all of that. But it's crazy if you think about how everybody is so pressed. It seemed like, at least my algorithm, everybody going to the gym. Everybody going to the gym. Everybody doing it. Like, and there's so many inspirational, motivational speeches and people and podcast. Not podcasters this time, but people that's just pushing for this crazy amount of physical, like crazy amount of too much attention to aesthetics and trying to be trendy. Because for me, I feel like I've been going to the gym so long that I stopped even realizing or knowing what I was going for or to do. It's like at this point, I don't even care to record. I feel like I started going to the gym for one reason, and then social media got a hold of, I got a hold of social media, And then I started doing it for a whole different reason. But I was still attached to certain like reasons, but like it becomes subconscious. And for me, I started to take in a lot of subconscious information, a lot of information that became stored subconscious information and carried throughout my life. So now, all this time later, I have acquired the Tiana Taylor body. I truly have. The six pack is there. It's just a couple little percentage of body fat I gotta absorb. But it's really laying like that. But the thing is, that took a lot of trial and error, and that took a lot of like back and forth and unhealthy trying to figure out how to get healthy habits. Now, when I say healthy habits, I ain't talking about nothing extreme or Ozempic or nothing like that. I'm talking about like consistency, not eating, working out too much, working out off no sleep, working out. And the thing about it, a lot of why people are, I think, so pressed about the gym right now is because it seems so attractive and it's such a lucrative thing to get into. People make so much money off being fake fitness instructors. And I'm not knocking it. Cause if Reagan can could sling crack, I mean anybody could do anything. I'm not mad at your hustle. It's not mine. But a lot of times this over enticing, this woo ha ha, where you trying to convince everybody to just be, you trying to convince everybody to be in shape. Everybody ain't gonna have that body. I'm 35. I've been working out a long time. So I don't do the whole comparison thing. That ain't really, I don't care to do that no more because I figured out what works for me. But for a while, I was just doing and going and going and taking pictures and doing stretches and secretly, openly, but mainly subconsciously, always trying to figure out how to outdo myself based on what I see somebody else doing. So trying to do what they doing and then doing better than that. Or always watching. It's like I literally remove myself. I remove myself. I remove bots, but I remove myself. It's people that really trip. It's people that trip because I don't follow them. It's people that trip off that. It's people that really get mad off the social media stuff. That's another thing. Cause y'all got that bad. My boobs drop at some of y'all's behavior. Okay? I don't know, man. It's just so many things I don't like. And I want to address them in every episode. But at a point, I was talking about belief systems and I was talking about your belief in yourself. You can't really believe in yourself if you always believing in everybody else but yourself. It's not a dig. Because the way the way stuff is right now, it's like the easiest thing to do. But that's why it's the most important thing for you not to do. It's like, I don't know. Like you chip away at your happiness, you chip away at your life, you chip away at your promises, you chip away at what God want to give you. And honestly, I just hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I hate it. I hate it that y'all do it to each other. I hate that people not just compare themselves to people, but y'all be mad at people who have what you don't. So it ain't just like, don't look at them so you don't feel inferior, but don't look at them and be a hater. Don't look at them and be conniving. Don't look at them with lust. Y'all better get y'all moral codes right. Cause a lot of the issue I got with comparison is like y'all don't know how to be supportive. Like look at their life. look at what's going on, but like, don't let it make you feel inferior. You get what I'm saying? Do that make sense? For real. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. You know. I don't know though, cause hmm, what do I know? But like I asked y'all in the beginning, I didn't ask this though. I'm curious to know what y'all are doing for y'all's mental health. I'm wondering. I just be having so much on my mind. Um, hmm, I'm sweating. I'm hot. I'm sweating. I'm hot, and I hope I'm saying all the right stuff. But I think that's what I was saying at one point. To journal, to get thoughts down onto paper, and to really sit with yourself. And I think the more people start to do that, the better they'll feel. The more clarity you'll have if you really just learn how to get what's in your mind out onto paper. And shameless plug, but I do have journals, and putting them out now, I'm gonna have to release them. But I was already in the process of planning on putting something out there. Like, I want to leave my mark on the world. I really want to put my stamp on stuff, smack stuff. You get what I'm saying? And for me, I really want to do the things I keep celebrating about other people, like encouraging people to follow their dreams and passions, but not fully pursuing mine. Wiggity whack. And we ain't living like that no more. But back to what I was saying, it's important to get your thoughts down on paper so you can start to develop a certain type of mental clarity about where you are and what you want. And the more you do that, the less emphasis you should have or there should be placed upon somebody else's anything. And plus, it's like I was saying, it's like I always say or try to remind myself, or like I was saying today, you don't really you think you want what they got, but you probably don't want their problems. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. So I'm gonna leave it with that. I mention these though because I will be dropping them. I'm gonna have to because I feel like y'all need you need tools. It ain't even trying to be funny. Like I've utilized journaling so much so that I'm living in the thoughts that I had during the pandemic, before the pandemic. Like I managed to manifest everything in my life unknowingly, unbeknownst to me at a lot of times. But because I have learned so much, I'm trying to help y'all avoid the same things that I had to figure out, which is learning how to get that out. And when you figure out where your thoughts, when you see your thoughts on paper, it just really makes stuff make sense. Because you could be dealing with a lot of stuff, like people self medicate, people are consuming alcohol, and thinking and listening to every thought or listening to the thoughts of people or not having a clear sense or stance on what they think. And a lot of your judgment may be clouded. I'm not going to call liquor and alcohol. I ain't going to call that into, what I'm saying, question, but I will just say it don't matter if you drink, smoke. That ain't my business. I'm not nobody's physician and I'm not nobody's critic, but I do feel like you can have a life and still lead, be a good leader. You can have a life and have fun, but it's just important to have clarity. And it's I guess I'm saying you can have a life, and I say have life and live fun. Cause you could celebrate, you could turn up, you could participate in the turn up, but you better make sure that you turning up is not a coping mechanism, and you doing your best to really, if you're gonna turn up and engage with people, just make sure you are doubling down and engaging with yourself and having those conversations and going through your feelings. But that's why journaling is so important. It's quintessential, if that's the appropriate term. It's just really like feelings. Like everybody is just in their feelings. Calls from jail, crying, crashing out, people stopping concerts to crash out, like, because people don't know what to do with their feelings, or they putting them into the wrong stuff, or not, or mismanaging them, or taking them out on people. I digress. But this was, we getting somewhere. So I say this is where I wrap it up. Before I go, if you stay to the end, I just want to say I'm really slapping stuff. I'm really doing stuff. I really said I was gonna do something and I did it. So I want this to be always watching me. I want everybody to be encouraged to do their own thing. Do your thing, 21. But, you know, be encouraged and don't look at what somebody else has. Maybe that's kind of the point. Like, be inspired, be encouraged, but don't tear yourself down or sleep on yourself or let your negative energy trick you out your spot that God had already ordained for you to have. That makes sense. I know it does. So yeah, that's my episode for today. I tap in with y'all. Thank y'all so much though for tuning in. Thank y'all for following me. Thank y'all for the encouraging words that I've gotten so far. I see everything, partner. If you still here, yeah, but I see everything, and I appreciate when people are genuinely like, oh, I learned something from this, or I took something away from that. So, hope y'all doing well. Like I said, I always want to start with that and end with that. Because while I do want y'all to be well, I want y'all to feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what am I trying to say? Yeah, I just check in. So before and after, and I hope that you feel better than you did before you got here. So that's my spiel on that. I love y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and then tell your favorite influencer, and then tell them to tell their favorite 3 influencers. Then tell your mama, to your cousin, tell your sister. But yeah, y'all tap in, keep following along, and yeah, really excited, really happy, and we'll see what God does from here. So peace. Y'all like how I clipped the microphone on? See what I did there? Yeah. So okay, bye.